Hey YouTube, I hope that everybody is having a good day today. And today I'm going to make a video where I'm talking about never letting anything or anyone blow out your flame. So essentially, life is really interesting. I feel like we expect life to be amazing. We expect for life to be extremely good. Oftentimes we hope for the best days, we hope for good days, which is completely and 100% natural. But life is duality in essence. We're going to have good days and we're also going to have bad days. But the thing about it is, it's all in how we perceive these things. It's all in how we take it in. So let's say that I could have a day where I'm having an extremely good day. Everything's going good. I'm getting work done. I'm talking to my friends. We're having good conversations. I had something good to eat. It's just overall a good day. On the flip side, I could have a day where it's a bad day. I could say that I'm out in traffic and someone cuts me off. I'm getting angry. Or someone takes my spot, I'm in line at the grocery store and they saw me already there, anything. So essentially, all in all, it's how you perceive things. You yourself, you control how you perceive things. So I think a lot of the times there are things that happen in life where we're not able to control it. 90% of our lives we can control, but there's that 10% of things that end up flowing to us where we're not able to control it, but we can control our perceptions. So I'm going to give you guys a story and an example. This is way back when, but I was working a job in college and it was an extremely toxic work environment. It was very competitive. We were doing something that was called telethon. It was basically, we were calling as recruiters for the admissions office and we were trying to recruit prospective students that would become freshmen. And I remember that we would be competing for phone calls. And of course you had those that were at the top of the board, and you had those that were down bottom below. And I remember that there was one colleague and, they were just like, we should just start all over, we shouldn't even do this. And, they had a low amount of people on that poll and they were really angry about that, and everyone's getting mad and they're getting angry. And I wanted to know, because I knew that they wanted to basically start over because they were at the bottom. And I was like, why do you want to start over? What are the reasons? Instead of getting angry, I wanted to actually find out. And they were saying, I just don't think it's fair. I think some people had a head start. And I was like, okay, and I heard them out, but I wasn't going to let that stress me. I wasn't going to get angry about it. In that situation, I chose to take another road instead of putting forth anger to that, thinking okay, they're trying to get over or get ahead. I'm like, they probably feel like they don't have a chance, they're trying to make it even, whatever, but I wasn't going to get angry about it. One thing that you want to also know, number two, one big thing is that when they go low, you go high. And this is a property of alchemy, basically rising above, escalating. So if someone is extremely angry and they're irate and they're coming at you, your first reaction is you want to be just as angry as possible. You want to go off on them. But fire does not go with fire. And sometimes this can be hard for me because I'm big on respect. So if someone is being disrespectful towards me, one of the first things that I want to do is I want to naturally put them in check and let them know hey, you're not going to talk to me like this. But one thing that I do know is that I can set boundaries without being irate or without being extremely angry. So typically I like to take the higher road and also let that person know hey, I'm not going to accept this. So I'm gonna give you a prime example. If I'm receiving bad customer service and I'm in a restaurant, right? Things aren't coming through, whatever. I'm gonna tell them hey, this isn't what I ordered, or could you take this back? Could you do this? And instead of being angry, going off on them, let's say that that's gonna affect their tip. I will still tip them, but they won't get as good of a tip as they would have gotten if they were giving me excellent service. Now, if I receive awful or horrible service, instead of going off on that person right then and there in that restaurant, I would talk to the manager, or I would call the headquarters and leave a bad review for that person, taking that higher road, saying, okay, let me not put 100% fire upon fire at that moment, but let me see what else I can do to mediate the situation. And I think that you realize that when you take the higher road, in the end, a lot more growth happens and you're able to say, okay, you can look at situations better, because I think that when you're angry, you're acting off of emotions and you're not able to see things from the full scope within that moment. Another thing is releasing and letting go. This is like one of the biggest things because I think about like turmoil, and I think about when you're angry or when you're stressed out and you just have so many things building up. Like I think about, in high school when things would get me real, I would get bothered and I would be stressed out. And I could feel that tension building up. And it's almost like, this video is don't let anything blow out your flame. But in that situation, it feels like a volcano is about to erupt. And this is when you have to say, okay, I have to let things go. What can I do to release? Can I write it out? Can I vent to someone? Is there someone I can talk to? Maybe I can go for a walk. Everyone has something that works for them that's therapeutic, that is able to mediate whatever is happening, and they're able to release and move forward with themselves. And this will really help out so that you're not burning yourself out, so you're not getting angry. Because I notice that a lot of the times when people are holding on to things, what they do is they either slowly self-destruct, they get sick, or this is like the craziest one to me, and I can usually see this when it's happening, they start taking out their own anger on other people. I have friends and I'll see this happening, and typically if I see someone and they seem a little bit off, I'll kind of distance myself from that person. I'll give you your space. I can tell if you need space. I'll even ask the person like, hey, like you seem like you're going through some stuff. Do you need some space at this moment? And if they say, yeah, I'm like, okay, well, talk to me when you feel like you got everything together, because I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want that energy. I don't want that person to have an altercation with me where I have to put that person in check. So that's a big thing, releasing and letting go, because you're able to manage your own mental space. You're able to take care of your own mental health. If you're just holding on to all these things, it's not good. You're gonna detonate. You're gonna blow up. So think about what are ways that you can release and let go. And the last one I want to say is the biggest one: self-care. Self-care, and make this a part of your life to the point where it becomes a ritual. What is something that you do that makes you feel good? What is something that you do that you love? Is it going and getting ice cream? Is it going to the movies? Is it catching up with your friends? Is it cooking a good meal? Is it just sitting back and, walking, taking a hike in nature? Whatever it is, do it as often as possible. If it's something that is expensive, think about, okay, what is something else that I like? But make sure that you're doing this at least once a week. And why do I say that? Because our everyday lives can be so stressful and so hectic. It's really cool to have a reward or something that you look forward to each and every week. It can be as much as you want, but at a minimum, make sure that it's at least once a week, because this will really help you manage your stress levels, and it'll make sure that you're able to take care of yourself. Once again, everyone, never let anything or anyone blow out your flame. Please like and subscribe. Drop your comments down below. I would love to hear about you guys' different stories or different tips and advice that you have. Peace.